Okay, so we've got a Thule Evo raised rail, and that's the number. Just a quick point about the instructions booklet. It'll say on the side which ones they are for, so if that isn't yours it doesn't apply, so you just ignore it. Let's have a look inside here. We've got these rubber tracks. Okay, so we've also got these full length rubber tracks. Yeah. So you've got the keys. Fit these, get your ducks in a row. So you take that out, yeah, completely, and then you put the barrel into this first. Right, so start to finish, we've got our block. Pull up from the barrel of that, twist that slightly, so that should be, this tab should be facing about 10 o'clock position. Then when you go in, twist it to the 9 o'clock position and it just slides in. It could be really finicky otherwise. So just to recap, face that tab there, 10 o'clock, in a little bit, twist to 9 o'clock, and it's in. Done. Instruction manuals, this is where it's a bit of a leap of faith. It says you've got to break it, and the video does as well. So if we look at those two, I've got to split it down the middle. So we're just going to rip this. There, whoa. That is scary, but it breaks. Once it starts breaking, it's really easy. I do that the same for the other one then, yeah? Okay, so you've got those in two. So just the other one. So again, you just start it off at the top and then it's... See, it's just breaking. This flatter bit faces forward and this bit faces back, and also the writing up, so just gotta be careful. Right, so the flatter side, the writing is on the back, there's pointing to the rear of the car, so I just want that track to go in there, and then I can just press it down. Yeah, you got the Thule at the back, you got the words pointing forwards, and then just press that down and run your hand along, and then just do that on a nice flat surface is obviously the easiest, and then let's just get that track in line. Then at the end you'll probably see about that much left over. Okay, let's just press that down nicely all the way. Now you can see from the side there it's not in properly. Any other gaps? Just press these in if you've got any gaps. Look here, I've got a gap because I pulled it up at the end, and just make sure from the side it looks all good as well, and just give it the once over. On the other piece, this fat bit should be facing the middle, should be facing forwards. Okay, so the fat bit facing forwards, and then let's just put that on and run your fingers all the way down again. Just a quick point from the instructions, if you're looking at your seal, you've got to make sure, if you see this one on the right, the bit that the runner has to sit carefully. Now we just noticed this bit is actually slightly out, so we need to press that down more. Those pieces look good to me, so let's check the other bar and just make sure, just do that check after you put the seals in. These look good to me. Just make sure those are in before you continue. At this point then you want to clean the rails that you've got on your car. No mold to start. Just give them a wipe with whatever cleaning product you'd use for something like this. Bit of soap and water is probably fine. Just get any grime off. So next up we need to get these pieces. If you turn that over you can see it's got a ruler on them, and you've got 2 per roof bar. Okay, you should have 4 in your box in total. Turn the roof bar over and then they go in at these ends. You get this piece, tab out, and slides in. Yeah. And then all the way there. Okay, so just slide it in. We just line it up with there, and we can adjust later if we need. Okay, so we've got our sort of end brackets and we've got our side pieces. Just to warn you, these are left and right sides. This tab needs to go in here, so that must be facing up, because if you try and put the other one in, it's the wrong way. There's no tab to click in, so it has to click into there. Alright, but that goes on after this. Now you want these to slide into here, so they're the runners. So let's just slide that on. Don't worry about the ruler for the minute, just slide it in place. Let's get it in, just give it a push down far enough, and then we get this tab in here, this side piece that keeps it on. Now you can just whack it with your hand. You might want to get like a rubber mallet or something. If it's not quite right, just take it out. But you can see, okay, it's okay with my hand. It's a little bit painful, but not terribly so. And just make sure that that is clipped in again. Okay, yeah, I can see that's fine. Oh, just be warned, this moves. Don't really know what it's for at this point, but so if you try and pick it up from there, it might fall. So push that back, and then from the other side, the tab on the ruler, we just get that in nice and tight. And let's do the other side, same way. So runners, get them, try and slide that in flat as you can, because that'll be easiest. Otherwise it might try and come out. I think it's trying to do that to me there. Yeah, just push it all the way, doesn't really matter. Side piece, tab facing up to go into the hole, and then whack it into place. Give it a good firm whack, should be alright. Tab is clipped in, you've done your job. Then, and this is where putting on a flat helps, push this to the side, pull that up, and that then applies the pressure from the side. And again, just to remind you, this piece moves, so if you try and pick it up, you might actually drop it, so don't pick it up from there. Now we just put it on the car. Okay, next up, you want to measure the front and back positions of your bars on the rails. The instructions say you've got to be at minimum 70 centimeters apart. Hello, Mr. Birdie. We were just a bit worried then because we thought we weren't going to quite get it, but as you can see, we've just got 70 centimeters on this Dacia Sandero. It's kind of smallish car, but we've got enough. So they're going to have to be at the front and back, no questions asked. The nice thing, we don't have to measure because we just put them as far forward and as far backward as we can. But in yours, minimum 70 centimeters front to back distance between the bars. Okay, so we're really annoyed with the Thule demo video now, because the one that comes in the instructions on this, if you look, the whole point of this moving up and down, we now realize, is for this trim to just be pressed down. But now we've got a gap, because I followed the steps in the video that said cut it, but really do not cut it until you've put this on, and then you just compress it down. So we've got that mistake, and it's my wife's bars, so she's not very happy with me. But if you look, you don't need to cut those pieces. Quite annoying. Hopefully that's not going to ruin it by letting water in, but we might try and seal it anyway. But just remember, don't follow what the instructions on the video say, because it's a generic video and it was the wrong step. Oh well, we'll work from here. I want it to go over the aerial as well. I can do it. Probably want two people on this, but okay. And then I hooked that on the one side, and I could just push this into place here. It kind of slides in. Now I want it probably as far forward as I can get it. So that's in on both sides. And then one handy point to note on this car, these tabs are actually exactly, these lines in the plastic mold are exactly 70 centimeters, so I guess they've been done for standard roof bars, but you may have that or not. So we've lined them up with those, so again, not to avoid putting pressure on this plastic at the top. Right, to make sure you've got the bar on evenly side to side, you want to take this side off. Don't tighten anything first, and just line it up what you think. Then come from the back. When they're both loose, then hopefully you'll be able to see. You can eyeball it. You could use the measure, but in this case we need to go a little bit to the right. Yep. We're doing this in live. A little bit too much. Go back a bit. There. Eyeballing it. That looks, to me, good. Maybe even a fraction to the right, like a centimetre, half a centimetre, but that's good. As long as it's more or less in the middle, you're okay. Yeah. So we're just sliding this in to make sure that, you see that curve? Make sure that curve on this matches the roof bar, so then you're getting a really snug fit. Otherwise it'll just lock in too low, and then just tighten it. You could also get a spirit level to go along here if you're really worried about this being straight, but I'm going to eyeball it. I think that's fine. It looks good. If you look at the gap between the two, I think we're all good. So next up then, yeah, we've got to tighten this. Take the end piece off and tighten this with the specialist Allen key that they give you until you start to hear it creaking. Starting to get tight. Ah, no. And pull the ruler then, once you're happy, in. So you stop in the lateral movement. So on both sides you've got the ruler tab piece in and the Allen key as tight as you can. That shouldn't go anywhere. Put the end piece in from the bottom up. The key's in my pocket. And then we lock it into place by putting the key in. Putting the key in, easier said than done. Putting the key in and then turning it up to the 12 o'clock position where you can see the lock icon. So this can't come off and people can't steal your roof bars. Yeah, so that's the first one done. Okay, so let's just maybe check that it's tight enough. Yeah, that's tight. And then this one in again. Okay, tap from bottom to top. And then the key, I do find this a bit stiff, but 12 o'clock position, locked. People can't steal them, so they can't take this off. So from having done the first one, what I would say is I'm sliding the rule to where I think it's about. Let's say it's 15 on both sides, and then I'm going to put it on, because if you look at the first one, it's about that much space. Obviously I could measure them. You can't read the ruler when it's on, but let's see, let's try it again. Doing one person, can do it, and it is there. Okay, so in this case it was about 15, but about, not exactly. I've got to get that to fit the curve of it, and also I've got this downward slope on this bit here, so I can't go any further back even though I've got this gap. And I need to take this piece off, and I also need to do that on the same side. Okay, so we just off camera then we had to push the two parts in to get it nice and tight first before tightening. Get it tight widthways. Okay, and then just screwing this in as with the others. Okay, so once it's all locked up, it should look something like this. Remember, I've got links down below if you want to check these Thule roof bars out and the whole set. And like and subscribe if you found this useful. I'll keep doing more videos, and thank you for watching. As I said, check out any links, and I'll see you in another video soon. Check out these videos for more on your Thule roof bar set or similar, and see you soon. Bye.